this one. There we go.
Can you hear me okay, Tony?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I got a nice clear picture of you, too.
Yeah, my new little webcam here. Let me check it out.
Oh, that's good. What webcam are you using?
It's a Logitech.
Yeah. Well, it's making a big difference because you're a lot clearer.
Yeah, wasn't.
How's that?
You know, I can hear you good enough through my little speakers down there to where I'll just give it a shot.
All right.
Let me get my. I was going to ask you a few things on the Lulu song.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let me get
quick.
the guitar for that.
All right, cool.
Go ahead.
So I got most of the stuff memorized and my video cut out. So I got I need help with the very ending. So I'm like to this part. I got that, and I got. Right after that part, the very end, and I think you.
Yeah.
It up there.
Yep. So what we're gonna do in that, you got your video rolling, the recorder.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that little part, when you go, you got to go to F, to an F minor. Now, I may be feeding back. Bring your volume down a little bit. That's
okay.
That's better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, that's good. Now, and let me hear you play. Yep, and then we go to a C, to an A. Then finally we get a D7, which is going to be like this. It's going to be an F sharp. So we have that F sharp A.
Okay.
We've got the C. Right. Then to just a G7, we're going to use an F.
Just the F?
Yeah, just with the open, we're going to come in with that open, it's just those three strings here, the fourth string, third string, and second string.
Okay.
And then finally to the C.
Okay.
Now I'm going to show you this cool... Yeah, this little right-hand picking thing that you can do. So I'm going to do this real slowly for you. Ha. There we go. So what I'm doing here, very slowly, is my thumb is coming thumb, middle, index. all on that F chord. Thumb, middle, index, thumb. Like that. You're gonna hit that. You're gonna hit that C note twice, like this. Right. Then right after you hit that, you're gonna go into your F. So you go.
Is it okay?
That's it. That's the right hand. The right hand stays with that same pattern. That.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's that. That's it. Right. Now I'm going to go into the C chord, and I'm going to repeat that pattern. Right. And
okay.
Grab the A. So I have let's get that letter. It's just on the C chord you're getting 3 notes. That's it. Get into the A. And that's it. And then the last bit, when you're holding down that D7, with your right hand, you're going to do this same little pattern, thumb, middle, index, thumb, and then do the same thing with the G. Grab the C. Yeah, so the whole thing. Like that. Okay. Yeah.
I got it up to where I could, I'll be able to get that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a nice little lick. I'll practice it.
Sure.
And then you got the thing after that, right? That's not the very end.
That's the trying to think. That's the last bit of it. And then it's just kind of a little bass run, and then you're right back into the song again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll do that. I'll get my slide.
All right. Good.
So here's that. So
that's what.
How are you doing your right hand on that? Is it just...
Basically, I'm really kind of going back and forth either between the 5th and 6th string or the 5th and 4th string. So I'm either doing like this or...
You kind of embellish it a little bit more on the recording? Is that just kind of a...
Yeah, I get that little, and what I'm doing there is my index finger is coming in between the pinching between my thumb and middle finger. Here I grab all three strings and I'll slide up like that, up from the second to the third fret. Like that. Yup. And I'm going to keep this going that whole time. So I get this. Yup. And after I hit that little slide, I'm going to come down on I'm grabbing that slide. When I'm sliding up, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the fifth string at that point. So that's my first beat. If I'm going back and forth on the fifth and the fourth string, I'm going to grab that slide on that first beat on that fifth string, and then I'm going to come down with my thumb on the fourth string. Yep. And once I come down on that fourth string, I'm going to be coming back up to the fifth string, and that's where this other pattern starts.
Okay.
So it's right here. Now here, that other pattern, I start on the fifth string, and on the upbeat, on the in-between beat, my index finger is going to hit the second string. Right, my slide is planted pretty firmly, well, not firmly, but it's planted right on that third fret. So when I hit that thumb in the open fifth string, my index is hitting that second string with the slide on that third fret. Right, so that's the one end. Now the two end, the two is the pinch with the thumb and the index on the fourth string and first string. Now let's try that again. We're gonna start on the fifth string by itself. Then on the upbeat, come up on your second string. Right, so it's just that. Right. Now, into that one end, the two end, you're gonna pinch the fourth string and first string together, and then come in on the end on that second string.
Hold on. Okay, I'm having say hello to my teacher.
Hello.
Let me have my guitar lesson. I'll come back out when I'm done, okay? You see her go?
Oh, that is nice.
All right, off you go. Can you close the door, please?
Make it up 8.
I will. I'm on my lesson.
Make it talk.
Daddy's having his guitar lesson. It's time to go. Here. Go see Mommy.
Hey,
all right.
That's okay. So, again, on the downbeat, the fifth string, and on the upbeat, the second string. Yeah, just keep it right there on that third fret. Yeah, now you're gonna on the next downbeat pinch with your thumb and your middle finger on the first string.
God, shouldn't sound that bad.
Yeah, you see that slide's just a little north, or it's just a little ahead of that fret.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get it right on top. And now what you're going to do is you're just going to keep repeating that pattern. Well, actually, the next part of the pattern is just the index finger is always on that upbeat, on that second string, and you're always going to be pinching either the 5th and 1st or the 4th and 1st. Listen. I'll tell you what, let's take the slide out of the picture for the second, just to get the right hand going. Okay. I'm watching your right hand, and what's happening is your thumb's kind of doubling up at times. Watch my right hand. That going, I'm going to start out just the first two notes are by themselves. After that, you're going to have a lot of this pinching and the index finger on the upbeat. It just keeps continuing like that.
And you alternate, right?
Yeah. That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do, really, now I'm just going to, instead of using the slide, and just use my finger. It starts out with that. Now, here's how you'll start that lick off. I'm going to slide, and then after I slide, and remember on that first beat, I'm sliding, I'm grabbing really the 1st and 2nd strings with my 1st and 2nd finger, and my thumb is grabbing the 5th string all at the same time. When I slide up, that's on the upbeat, so I get this. That's it.
Okay.
So now your next beat is just the 4th string. That's it. After that last 4th string, you're going to start that pattern. Listen. Before you start that pattern, listen to the little pause. I hit that 4th string by itself. I'll do it again. Right. Now let's get to when the pattern starts out, it doesn't start off with pinching. Remember, it starts off with just the thumb and the finger by itself. So I'm going to do that slide. You'll hear the pause. Then after that 4th string, hit the 5th string by itself, the 2nd string by itself. Try that little slide again. Good. After that slide and after that 4th string, thumb and then finger. That's it. Listen to it again. So it's thumb and first.
Okay. It's a little bit off on the timing, right?
That's timing. Got that timing. You got that timing, yeah. And again, you got the timing right. What I'm hearing now is in that last little bit, right after that, the thumb's coming on the 5th string, index on the 2nd. So it's, listen. That's it. That's it. Listen to it again. That. That's it. Listen to it again. You got it. You got it. That's it. You got it.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter if you're playing the high. Are you playing on the 1st string or on the?
No, I'm playing on that 2nd string. Coming up on the 2nd string with the index.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do that again. You'll hear me come up on the 2nd string with the index, and then you're going to hear me start into that little pattern of index, thumb, index, thumb. So I'll do it again.
Okay.
Perfect. That's it.
Okay.
Now listen as I'll do it a little faster. That's the embellishment that I put in there with the slide. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of vibrating that slide. I may put that little lick in. So I'll do it slowly. So I get that little. Yep. Now. So I get that. There's that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that when I'm doing that real fast, you'll hear. And every now and then I'll throw in just a little embellishment. Just that on a little upbeat there. I'm grabbing the 5th and 3rd string. So
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what you were doing on that. It's pretty slick. Okay, well that's this better be recording today. It says I record.
Good.
And cool, that's definitely enough for me to practice on that. And the PDF you sent me with this, the thump in or the slap.
Yeah.
Can you go into that?
Watch how I do this, because I do this a lot when I'm embellishing, especially in slide guitar. I'm going to just play a little bit like that, and then we're going to get into dissecting what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I've got this little slapping thing going on here. And I'm grabbing lots of notes. So let's take a look at this real slow.
Okay.
That very first measure, I'm putting this slap. Well, let's take a look at just what a slap is first. My hand is really just coming down on the string here, and my thumb pick is actually coming down on muted strings. You see, my palm actually rests right there.
Okay.
I get this, it's like almost like a little brushing effect, where I'm coming down, and you see the direction of my thumb? It's like my whole hand stays together. You can see my thumb's not out here like this, but my thumb is very loose, and it's going right along the whole path of the string. And that's important, because your thumb has to wind up below that first string. Yep. And make sure your thumb isn't, I see your thumb winding up here. I want your thumb to come down there. That's it. Yep, you're just creating this percussive little slap. Like that. Yep. Just that, and you can see, look at how the thumb is almost in line with my fingers. It's not here, but it's here.
Okay.
Like that. That's it. Right. That's the little slap. And there'll be a reason for that slap to be on that first string, as you'll see later on. But it's important to get that slap right about there. Right. That slap, now listen to the slap, and you're going to hear it on the 2 and the 4. It's blah. So you can hear one chap, one chap. Now, let's slow it down. I'm using my index and my thumb to pinch the string. And then I'm coming down and killing it. Right. Then I'm coming to the 3rd fret. And I'm
Something like that?
But now make sure that thumb comes down. That's it. Yeah, pretend that your right hand is just this rag on that when you're slapping. The whole thing just gets loose. The thumb also just stays down. You know, your natural tendency is wanting to keep that thumb up here, but it's just, and let it just fall down. Now, without moving the slide, concentrate on your right hand. Now look at your right hand as you do that. That's it.
Do you kind of let the momentum just carry it down?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, now that's that first measure. In the next measure, you can see we've got a pinch and a slap. Then we're pinching again, but what we're going to do in between that pinch and the slap is just pick our slide up off the string, and it's really going to create a pull-off. Like, now watch how I'm not creating that note with here. I'm creating the first note here, but the pull-off, I just pick the slide up. Watch. That's it. So now I get this little sound. This is the third beat of that second measure. That's it. So now listen. That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now I'm just going to play that. And you can hear once you get that really natural feeling to it, you get that the speed up a little bit. It really kind of sounds like you got a bazillion things, which you do actually have a lot of things going on. But
nice.
Once you get it very rhythmically, you get that natural beat to it. You know, it's really going to come alive in your hands once you get that. Now, in the third measure, we're going to add another component, and this is why I say come down all the way with your thumb. Because what's going to happen now is you're going to slap the string, the slap here, but your thumb is going to come down and actually catch the first string. So let's take a look at the third measure, but we're just going to take a look at the second beat of the third measure, because that's where the magic's happening. As I'm coming down with the slap, like this, okay, I've got my slide on that third fret. So now see if you could do this. Just take your first finger, put it on the third fret, and see. You want to kind of aim that thumb pick, not so much like across the strings like this, but downward at an angle like this. So your thumb is coming in and making contact on that first string. That's it. Now, when you're slapping, okay, what I'm doing here is when I'm coming down and slapping like this, you could see that my palm is kind of off that string now. I'm slapping, but I'm coming away from that first string. My thumb here is still laying across the strings like this. get the open string to sound as you come.
Huh. That's tricky.
Yep.
Let me see it.
Now do it real slow, like this. There you go. Now, you see what's happening is your palm here is making contact with that first string and you're killing it. Okay, you want to keep that palm now away from like that. There you go.
So your palm is nowhere near it on that one, right? It's just
The only part, yeah, the only part here, where my palm is actually coming down. My palm, really, the only part that's touching with my palm is just about on the heel of that, right about here on my finger, on my hand. My palm's coming down here. The strings are touching right about here.
Can you move your hand down just a little?
Yeah, the strings are touching right about here on the fifth, the sixth, fifth and fourth string, and maybe the third. So really, what I'm doing is I'm hitting those strings, and my thumb is coming down and grabbing that first string.
Okay.
So your actually sound should get like this. You may hit the second string occasionally, but that'll be okay right now. Now, stop when you actually come all the way down. Stop on the way down and see if your first string is ringing. If it's not, look at your hand position and see why.
Okay.
Now, lower your camera just a little bit so I can see more of your right hand. Yeah, that should be good. Now take a look at where my hand is resting. My wrist is right about in line with the fifth and sixth string, right at this point here. Now do it just once, come down, and make contact. Try making contact with just the lower first and second strings. Right, now don't allow your thumb to come all the way down so it's going to touch those strings afterwards. You want to angle that hand away from the strings. And try to bend your hand a little like this when you're coming down. Get that palm, that's it, get this away from the first and second string. That's it. Now try and get a little bit more of a percussive sound.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
So it's okay to mute it after you hit it, right? I mean,
yeah, I'm really basically take a look at the angle here. I'm getting that. it's almost, if I did it in slow motion, you can hear this. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to hit just the fifth string without the slide. I'm going from the fifth string to from the fifth fret to the third fret. I'm pinching the first string.
I'm going in. I mean, do you mute it? My hand has a natural tendency to mute it after I hit it, so I go.
Well, you don't have to stop it. Let it ring. Listen. Yeah, just that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so watch when I'll use the slide. I'm going to go. Now that whole third measure is the first beat a pinch, and then I move the slide down to the third fret, and I'll come down on a slap.
Huh. Just the single note itself, or
just that single note? Yeah, you want to get. So here it is, very slow. Pinch, slap. Now, after you hit that first string at the fifth fret, instead of sliding it down, pick it up and then put it down. That's it.
okay.
Yeah. Now listen to the difference. If I slide it back, you're going to hear that slide, which is right now what we don't want. It's a nice little technique, but right now, see if you can. And what I'm doing is when I pick that slide up, because I have these backup fingers here, when I pick that slide up, those fingers are actually making slight contact, and it's killing the string.
Okay.
Yeah, so really, you're going to practice this little technique two ways. The first way you're going to do is just get that slap and see if you can get, and it doesn't necessarily just have to be the first string. You may catch the second string in there. That's okay. Eventually, you're going to start narrowing down the technique. But right now, see if you can get this where you can grab those open strings and get a little bit more of that slap going on. Now, if you come all the way down, stop for a second. If that first string isn't ringing, look at your hand closely and see if that first string is being touched by your palm. Again.
Okay.
try it because I'm hearing it stopping. What I want you to do is just bring it down once and stop and listen to see the first string ringing. Go ahead. Good. Just now.
That's more of a strum, though, right? It's not.
You're just strumming. Get your palm in there. Good. Now aim more towards that first string. When you're coming down with your thumb, I want you to think that thumb is, aim that tip of this thumb pick towards that first string when you come down. Now, if you don't hear the first string ringing, I want you to freeze your hand and look at where your hand is. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is it
It's on the
string?
first and second string.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's resting right on the first and second.
Yeah, that's why. What you want to do is, again, you're angling that thumb. You're angling that whole thumb away. Watch.
Huh. Okay, so I angle it down like this.
Yep. Now watch how I'm going to angle it. Watch where my thumb winds up. Look at that angle. See how my thumb is away from the string?
Right.
If you come down and your thumb is here, it's touching the first string.
Okay.
You want to angle it to look away.
Yeah, that'll take a little practice.
Well, do it just once, and watch again. Watch how this angles away. See how this, look at where my hand is. My whole hand comes up and away from those strings. But that little bit of the fleshy part here is touching in that around that fourth and the fifth string in there. That's now angle more in that, hit that first string. Come right down on that first string with the tip of the thumb. And let that first string ring. That's it. Now, if the first string isn't ringing, like I said, freeze your hand, see if any part of your flesh, the only reason that first string isn't going to ring is because something's touching it. So when you come down, freeze for a second. If you hear the string, good. If you don't hear the string, bad. So, obviously. But if you hear the string ringing open, look at your hand and see why. If you see the strings being muted, look at your hand and see why. Just come down once and do it. Good. Yeah.
So when you do it, do you get the percussive feel by the palm?
Yep.
And then it comes off, you hit it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's ringing a little bit more, and my hand's a little bit off, about an inch, so...
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's
better, right?
Technique, right? Because what's happening is you want to really kind of practice that so you get that percussive sound. Yep.
That's better, right?
Yes, that's much better. Yeah, you sit down with this for about 20 minutes each day. All of a sudden it's gonna kick in. You're like, oh.
Yeah, once you feel it a couple of times, you know.
Now take a look at the tab for a second. In that third measure, anytime you see a number on that first string that's directly over a slash mark. See that third measure, that first string has a 3 on it?
Third measure, 1, 2, 3. Do you have a number on this? Oh, yeah, I see it.
Right. So you can see in that very third measure, the very first beat, because all of these are all quarter note beats. In that very first measure, you're pinching the open 5th string and the first string at the 5th fret.
Okay.
Then, in the very next beat, you see a slash mark and a 3. All that means is that slash mark is that down percussive. Anytime you see a slash mark, you've got that downward percussive sound.
Okay.
But you see that slash mark, you see that little number on top of it. That means that there's a note ringing during that mute. It just so happens that's on your third fret.
Okay.
So if I was doing this without the slide in that third measure, I would hit the 5th fret, I would pinch the 5th and the first string and the 5th string. There's the first beat. The next beat is that slash or that slap, but I have that 3rd fret on the first string ringing. So it should sound like this. And then after I hit that slash, the next beat is the open 5th string, and then another full slash without anything. So it should sound like this. Now the very next measure, take a look at the 4th measure now. The 4th measure, we have a first beat, a pinch. Then we have a slash coming down on the third fret.
Right.
Then we have another pinch, and then a slash. So this is going to sound like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'll just go through the next line right now really quick. The next line, if you look at the first measure, you can see a pinch and then an open string before that slash mark. If you look at the timing above, it's 2 1/8 notes and a quarter note. I'm really just kind of lifting. I'm going to be lifting the slide off of that that first string, creating that 1/8 note. Then I'm going to come down and slap, then an open, and then a slap. So there's that second line, first measure. In the next measure, I've got 2 little 1/8 notes going on. I have the 5 pinch and a pull off, just lifting up to create an open sound. Then I'm going to slap and pull the slide off again. So it's, and then I'm coming down.
Okay.
And that slap, again, it's always on the 2 and the 4. So let's leave it right there.
Okay.
All right? You've got just to work on. But once you get that, that's where all that other the fancy stuff part of the fancy stuff that I'm doing. There's a few other things I'm doing in that song. But this is a really cool technique to get under your fingers because. You get a lot of cool little stuff going on with this.
Who did you learn that from?
It happened. This really? I didn't actually think about. It just happened during playing a lot. And then really the only time I had to think about it was when I was writing it down and teaching it and looking at myself and saying, what am I really doing here?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, how many guitars do you have?
A lot.
I see that you're selling the one in the back there, right?
Yeah, the one up on the wall in the middle. That little guy up there.
You need more wall space?
Yeah. All right, man.
Thanks, Toby.
You want to do it in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good, man. I'll put you in for 2 weeks from tonight.
At same time, same place?
Yep.
All right, have a good one, Toby.
All right, Rick. Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.